fuck? Okay. We're streaming. Let's make sure all these things look decent. Man, I'm really slacking on the stream titles lately. I cannot come up with anything cool. I used to be so on top of my shit, and now I'm just not. Okay. I don't know what we're doing, man. We're gonna do. Let's just do some weird sound design stuff just to start. I want to get a squelch generator. That's what I'm gonna do, and then it's like I veered away from making squelches just because like. Just because like I've kind of shown everyone how to make squelches, and I don't know, they're not that interesting to me anymore, but maybe I just gotta dig into it more. We can create something cool. Alright, so now we can take this guy on that. Oh, device randomizer, can I make it? I want to change Alright. These are pretty good. Oh, I like that. What's up, Mr. Leaky? We're making some curse sounds. Let's take what if we take a resonator, and then what if we get another device randomizer? Device randomizer. Are these the same fucking thing? I'm lest we receive polio. Well, I don't think. Does getting polio send you to hell? Is that part of the commandments? Fun. Alright, the resonator's not really doing it for me. Mr. Gordon said that I shall not get. These are okay. They're nothing special. When you flatline it, you bring out all the dynamics and stuff. Music. Pretty good. That one's kind of crazy. Okay, you can't just keep dispersing it. It gets ridiculous eventually. Kinda loud. But that's fun stuff. I don't know. What do we do with all this? We got eerie ambient sounds. Get the cricket. We need the cricket in here. 100%. Cricket sounds. I mean, it's late night sound stuff, so it's got to sound like. That's not okay. That is not a cricket. This is a cricket. What do we do here? Here, let's make this all one MIDI note, and then arpeggiate, and then spell the spell book, and then the arpeggiator is going to be and then we put the spell book on the rate. Sounds worse than it did before, I feel like. What do we do here? We gotta make it like some funky IDM thing. It needs to be like somewhat intelligible. That's still random as fuck, right? Just get our good old kick drum that we put on everything. And then go. I'm just gonna like it with one of these, some of those, but we're gonna offset it a little bit so it's completely like you're like, what the fuck even is a time signature? I don't know. Then we need some like some of that a couple times. What do we want? No, we're making like some Autechre shit. This is stupid though. Now we need an actual snare. Imagine all the characters. There's a lot of characters. None of them are really recurring though. Yeah, some of them are recurring. Alright, instead of IDM, we're making halftime. I want like super fast, glitchy, super fast, glitchy hi-hats, you know? You know what I'm talking about? Kind that go like, you know, some shit like that. Then we take that and we do like that. Then we consolidate that and then do that. We go like that. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Type drum loop. No. Go lens. And then get something like this. And then this guy. We just keep doing that. And then what? We want like beat repeat. I never use beat repeat like ever, to be honest with you. Just a thing I like never ever do. But let's do it. Here, let's map everything on beat repeat to this. Just all of it. Every single thing. And then all of that as well. We'll keep the filter on. And then let's randomize it and then duplicate it. Randomize it and then duplicate it and then randomize it and duplicate it. Do that a few times. It's like never doing anything. Sucks. Let's turn the filter off. We want these all to be parallel processed, I think. I don't think we want them all to run in a series, because then like one will influence the other. The beat repeat thing is stupid. I mean, it could be that it's not stupid and just like the settings are bad. It's pretty dumb though. Okay, some of these just repeat forever. Here, let's take more squelches. All the shit that comes from the squelches is gonna external, and we're gonna vocode the drums by the squelches. So now we need to make all the reverb shut the fuck up. I'm not really getting anything I want. No, that looks like sounds. Oh, does it break my CPU? That was cool. Yeah, those are cool. Oh, there goes my CPU. Okay, I think that's a lot of sounds. What do we do with it? I guess we just like listen to the sounds in slow motion. Let's reverse them. I say. as I slowly reverse everything. Yeah, we got dolphins. Hello, Big Dumper. A great name. I mean, these are all pretty neat. What if we run all of these sound effects? Just run the crazy disperser thing through the Osmos. What would that do? Take you, and then let's delay it out, right? I guess I should turn everything off because it's eating my CPU like crazy. Probably all. We can delete all this. The recording sample rate is fucked. Yeah, that's not good. Let's fix that. Settings. Input buffer size, more input buffer. Let's reduce the error compensation. Can we get away with that? Yeah, that's fine. Though we still want one of the device randomizers on. This one? Yeah, that one. Really, I mean, it's kind of unpredictable, obviously, because everything's randomized. Let's give an absurd amount and then just play high frequency stuff. Or the output. A little munch. Kind of cool. This sounds a little bit too chaotic and random and like explodey, I think. Or like the cool. It kind of works. Some of the chords be working. Oh, I wasn't recording with the fucking disperser effect also being applied. But okay. I mean, that's kind of cool. And then we can turn this off. And then we flatline the dispersion one. And then we give that a lot of reverb, and this guy less. And make that loud. Alright, we're making an ambient song. It's just gonna be like that. Can I just do it with only these cut up little bits of audio? I think maybe I should probably quantize everything, make everything sync to the grid so it makes sense. This one's like Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Spooky. It's like a short little, we just leave it at that. There's a little 40-second thing. I didn't watch the I left the viewing whenever that, what was the Fantastic Planet one? I mean, I just saw Double King and Fantastic Planet. An hour and 20 minutes long, animated science fiction film. That surely isn't it? That's cool. You know what's really cool is fucking LSD Dream Emulator. I was watching my buddy Peyton play it last night, and that's a cool game. I like what they were onto. People were making cool fucking games on the PS1 and the Nintendo 64. Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up, Gordon? Yeah, basically the gaming industry's kind of just been going into the shitter since like, I don't know, 2010, 2012. Something like that. Like there's still cool indie stuff coming out, but yeah. It's just like what is it? The end shitification of everything due to capitalism just kind of making everything suck eventually when people realize how to like maximize profit out of something. I don't know if I like this little long, that little bit kind of shit. So let's just auto filter. We can just go. No, that's all. That's all. Whatever the processing, like this is trying to play that same melody, right? I'm doing some of the Amphivolia stuff. The crickets were, if you were watching from earlier, but like Crickets aren't that hard to make. It's just amplitude modulation, and then you like copy the harmonics. Right? So crickets are like, it's just like white noise. You got a little sine wave dude, layer a bunch of white noise, and then you amplitude modulate it with an LFO, and then you draw in harmonics. I drew in a couple harmonics. I just like looked at a recording of a cricket, but that was like most of what I did. Everything else is just like me fucking around, and then ends up creating. I end up creating weird squid alien sounds no matter what, right? So like a lot of this is me playing around with dispersers and like building new disperser racks. So if you subscribe to my Patreon, oh boy, I just uploaded a video on making disperser racks and just like different, because there's like a bunch of different ways you can go about doing it. So like a lot of the shit here is done using Roar. If you stack a bunch of Roars on top of itself and then use the built-in filters within Roar, so Roar is a multiband thing, so if you keep stacking Roar on top of itself, then the crossovers from the multiband thing will add a phase shift at different points. Then if you keep stacking that phase shift, it ends up dispersing, or, you know, skewing different frequencies in time, which ends up creating that like squid sound, right? So yeah, and I wrap up that talking. No, I just like left it where it was after that last stream. I should go back to it though. I think yeah, we definitely should. I don't know what else to do with this. I got this little bit here. I mean, we're making ambient music. That's what we're fucking doing. So here, let's take this guy, and then let's run the disperser rack on this guy again. I like it. But we have to record this out because this is randomly moving, right? Riveting. It's like the third iteration of disperser going over the shit. I mean, we could layer that with this guy now. So disperser is basically just a bunch of all-pass filters. You take an all-pass filter, and then at the point at which there's a crossover in all-pass filter, it passes all frequencies through, but there's a crossover point at which it inverts the phase, right? And so, you know, you can use all-pass filters to create other filters, right? So like if you take an all-pass filter and mix it 50-50 with the original signal, right? Half past the cutoff, the phase is inverted. So if you mix that with the original signal, then the inverted phase portion of the signal gets removed entirely, which creates a low pass filter, right? But what's cool about all pass filters is since it inverts the phase at that cutoff, by switching the phase over, you're actually skewing and moving frequencies over in time. Because if you adjust phase, you're actually kind of like adjusting where it is in the time domain. So if you continuously duplicate an all-pass filter over and over and over again, it's going to keep skewing that little phase over and over and over again. So if you take, I mean, and yeah, that's exactly what Kilohertz disperser is. It's just a fuck ton of all-pass filters with like a nice UI. But there's a bunch of different ways you can get that effect. You don't like explicitly need an all-pass filter. You can take like a sawtooth wave, and then we'll get this thing. You'll see when I press play, certain frequencies are skewed. So you're just shifting in time frequencies. So it spectrally will skew and morph the thing, which creates like uneven like phase amongst all the partials, right? Because normally without this playing, every single frequency is like in line. When you do this, then you end up like skewing some of it into that like squid sound that you kind of get from it. That's the sound of all of the partials being out of phase, and it's actually super interesting because like psychoacoustically, we've kind of been taught that our cochlea will that our cochlea like kind of hears things as like a spectrogram, like there's an FFT being done by the basilar membrane, which is where all the stereocilia or the little hairs inside your ear, they like pick up all the frequencies, and so like when you listen to something, your brain is decoding all the individual frequencies and then you're digesting that. But this kind of disproves that, because you're hearing the same thing there as here. It's the exact same thing spectrally. You're hearing the exact same number of frequencies, same amplitude and whatnot, but the phase is skewed. So you are able to actually hear phase differences, but it's only when partials are really close together, because it will start, the stereocilia, the hairs that might detect one frequency will also detect nearby ones. And so if it detects if all the frequencies are in phase, then it's going to like keep detecting at like the right intervals. But if they're out of phase, then it's going to start getting like weird interference from the nearby partials. If that makes any sense at all. I know my little hand waving probably isn't useful in the slightest, but it's fucking cool, because you're usually taught you can't hear phase, but you most definitely can, but it's a timbral thing, right? So because if it were true, you would need longer to detect bass pitches than you actually do. Yeah, I guess like it depends on the number of like wave cycles for it to happen. I don't know that much about the psychoacoustics of pitch detection and like the amount of wave cycles that need to occur before like the human brain is able to like detect what the pitch is. But that's interesting. I should dive into that. Yeah, a ton of sense. So that's disperser basically, and you can create dispersers with a bunch of different ways. Like the most common one is you take like an EQ3, because the EQ3 is multi-band, right? So there's a low band, a medium band, and a high band, and to do that, you're using like filters with cutoffs, and the filters are created using all-pass filters. And so at those cutoffs, there's basically an all-pass filter. And normally, like if I turn it on and off, you can hear a click. That's because there is some difference happening, but it's extremely hard to tell the difference. But you know, you duplicate an EQ3 enough times, you're getting dispersion, and then you can just like keep going crazy with it. And then dependent on where, you know, these cutoffs are, you know, if you were to make a rack where you change the frequency of all of these, then yeah, you can do that. If you want to know more, you could subscribe to my Patreon. Oh boy, I'm shilling. I sure do love shilling. But yeah, that's the premise here. So you can, there's a bunch of different effects. You can use like multiband compressors, because those are multiband. You can use roar, because that's multiband. You can use EQ3. I'm sure there's more stuff. A really good free form phase. Freeform phase is a really good like dispersion thing, because you literally draw in the phase diagram, right? So like normally an all pass filter, it like the phase will skew up here, and then it'll invert over there, and then do something like that, right? And then you can increase the depth, which basically multiplies this over and over and over. So if I set this to 10,000, I guess there's like 100 of these. And then you can draw in interesting different phase stuff. And then you can get really creative with it. And that's where you get like that really cool kind of spectral sound, right? Yeah, this one's super cool. I guess there's not really a way to automate a way to draw on this curve. Yeah, that's good. Interesting. Yeah, so whenever you hear that sound, it's a disperser. People use it a lot. And then there's like a $60 kilohertz plugin for disperser. I don't have it, but like, I don't know. I need to compare it. I can't rip on it. But yeah. Yeah, Melda does good stuff. Isn't this the difference between a simulated and... Oh, I missed a comment. A tuner, for instance, does a Fourier transform and does need more time to detect low pitches. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, our Cochlea, while people say that our Cochlea does a Fourier transformation, that's not necessarily true. It's like, kind of, it's loosely true if you squint, in essence, because basically the inner structure of ear, our basilar membrane, is structured in such a way that just like, if a frequency, if a mechanical wave goes through it, different parts of it will resonate. And it's just that it's just mapped out so that certain parts will resonate, and then that will stimulate the right hair cells. So it's literally like a physical map, and then based on how its like density changes throughout the entire thing, that will make different things, different portions of it vibrate, which will physically emit whatever transmitter stereocilia stuff to go out in different portions. So it's all like physically mapped out. Now, is that a FFT? No, because an FFT is like a computer science algorithm, you know, using like matrix multiplication and stuff. But in essence, the reason that you can even do an FFT in the first place, it comes from the exact same reason why the basilar membrane is able to like split a signal into different frequencies. It all like stems from the same mathematical truth. So like in essence, like yeah, it's like loosely right and wrong, but I don't even think that was necessarily asked. But oh, because a tuner, for instance, is an FFT. Yeah. So I wonder if the cochlea also needs more time to detect pitches for the same mathematical reason, right? But I don't know for sure about that. There's a theory in psychoacoustics that your brain does a FFT just like a machine does in order to determine what we're hearing. But people detect pitch faster than yeah. So oh, they literally hear the pitch before they hear full length of the wave. Really? Because like it's just, the waves happen really fucking fast. How would you measure that? Unless maybe there's like they got some like electrodes that like beep when the pitch recognition part of your brain goes off or some shit. I'd have to look at that. But yeah, it's not like a literal FFT algorithm. It's like it's just physics and how the physical acoustic, like how your bones connect to different tissue and stuff, and that ends up making different portions vibrate in response to different frequencies. Like I used to think that like just all the frequencies just went into your brain. Like I was just like, it's a black box, and then your brain does an FFT, quote unquote. But it's like it's all just like a very physical thing. Is this what I was thinking in the sim? It's not affected by everything. No recursive properties, but your brain. What? How can you tell a pitch? Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's even like. That doesn't make sense to me. But I mean I know there is. I feel like I've heard something along those lines from the paper that Zenpill is talking about, but yeah, there's probably like a misunderstanding there, or maybe we are all misunderstanding. I need to deep dive on psychoacoustics more. Psychoacoustics are fun. Okay, what do we got? We got these dudes. It's a cluster. clusterfuck, man. There's just so many sounds going on, but that's the fun of it. All right, let's just save this thing up. But yeah, dispersion is cool. Just feed a bunch of stuff. Also, wait, I didn't even talk about this. What's really cool about when you have this movement going on, right? So like you can hit the disperser thing on, where did I put my saw wave? Did I delete it? I did. Oh brother, this guy stinks. How do you do that? So we got this guy, right? And then we put our disperser on here. So you'll notice all these knobs are twisting, right? There's the pitch is changing, right? There's pitch bending happening as a result of these filters moving around. Now, if you've seen my video on the fundamentals of sound, you know that phase modulation is frequency modulation. If you change the phase of a wave over time, you're changing the frequency, because frequency itself is how many times per second the phase changes, right? So as we said here, dispersers are changing the phase or skewing the phase at a particular point. If you're changing where that cutoff is, you're changing the phase over time, which means you're changing the frequency over time. So wherever that cutoff is, those frequencies at that cutoff are going to start getting pitch bent. So you're spectrally pitch shifting different parts of the frequency spectrum. Now right here, I have like three different, it's because it's multiband, there's three different dispersion things moving around. So there's three different parts of the frequency spectrum that are going to be skewing around, and this creates pitch shifting. But again, three different bands of pitch shifting. Right? Which is pretty fucking cool. Yeah, no, your brain does not literally do like matrix multiplication using imaginary numbers to like figure out the complex roots of a polynomial that can be used to determine what the frequencies are of a wave. Like it doesn't, that's math, but the reason why we can do that math in the first place comes from the mathematical and physical truth about how waves work, and that you can separate frequency components. Like, yeah, like the reason, because you're able to decouple frequencies from like frequency components of a larger wave, is the same reason why you can do an FFT in the first place. That's fucking sick. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, it's so weird when like like you skew, when it starts skewing so far that the previous beat starts, like frequencies of the previous beat start to meld into the one in front, so it feels like it's getting like pushed ahead in time. That makes sense, you know? save this. Maybe I can turn this into like a cool ambient thing if I make another ambient mix, just like a little 40-second what the fuck is even happening bit. I think that could possibly work. Here, let's save this. 2507 17. Maybe weird. No, maybe ambient thing someday. Dispersion. Big dispersion phase go crazy. You think that's enough words for me to know what this project is when I come back to it?
Yeah, if you ever okay, you like that actually? Or maybe I'll stick with it. Okay, alright. Maybe I'm brushing it aside. Yeah, if you ever have questions, if I'm ever explaining something and you're like, I don't understand what the fuck you just said, please ask me, because you know I'm always trying to become. I'm also learning. And teaching is such a good way to also learn. And if I'm unable to explain something in a way that is like digestible or understandable, that probably reflects on my own understanding of it. And so, you know, it's helpful to me as well as you if you are confused and you ask a question, you know? Oh, if y'all are interested in psychoacoustics, in my Discord, I have this little psychoacoustics tab, and this is where I dump interesting research papers whenever I like go on a rabbit hole and then decide I want to put a bunch of research papers in here. So fundamentals of sound, this course, I've talked about this in like my other videos. Y'all should watch my fundamentals of sound video if you haven't already. And then this is like, okay, some basics on how the auditory nervous system works, and then just like cool fucking studies of people trying to figure out, you know, the limits of human perception, ultrasonic frequencies and whatnot. Do I have anything on infrasonic? I should. And something I've been wanting to figure out for a while. It's very limited in like the research from what I've found, and I really should like dig more into this because I feel like this is like really interesting. Is emotional prosody in music. Yeah, it's all in the links are in the description. Basically the way that you intone and how pitch moves in your voice and which formants are being highlighted and like the texture and timbre of your own voice conveys different emotional content or context, right? So this also like it's largely language specific, but also not, there's also some aspects that are not language specific. So there's been studies where you take recordings of someone who is sad in English and then they'll show it to someone who's African and then they're like, oh, that person sounds fucking sad. Why is that? There's some information regarding like when someone's really mad, like the pitch, the range of pitch that their voice speaks like stabilizes and gets very small and fixed. And then also like the length of all the words shorten, so they like speak really staccato and at like a stable constant pitch. And then like certain formants get like a little bit brighter and stuff like that. When people are sad, like the pitch goes down or whatever. I think that could be really useful for like, what if you're making a sad song and you want to have this cool sounding synth that sounds somewhat like the human voice, you know, some sort of squelch or whatever. What can you do to it to make the timbre sad? How does that work? How does that relate to everything? I need to dig more into that because I feel like that's super fucking cool. And has like so much potential. And then yeah, this is just cool shit with the brain. Tonotopy, that's what I was talking about with the basilar membrane. Maybe that's really exactly right. Could 100%. It's neat. Ear stuff is cool, but yeah, this is cool. literally the tonatomic map of your cochlea, which is the basilar membrane, the shape of your basilar membrane, which is the inner part of your cochlea, which is where all the stereocilia or the little hairs are that, you know, send signals to your brain. It changes in response to auditory stimuli while you're in the womb and also right afterwards. So literally your ear is being shaped when you're fucking in the womb. So playing music to the baby in the womb literally changes the shape of its ear. I think that also could like relates probably to like why like Chinese kids are way more frequently born or have perfect pitch, because Chinese is a tonal language, and so they're like the information they're trying to parse when they're very, very young, the pitch matters, right? And so that like is ingrained, literally physically alters the shape of the inner parts of their ear. Super cool. Wish I was Chinese. Yeah, it's all really neat. And then here's some like microtonal bullshit. Yeah, it's all fun. Really cool stuff. Now, like, how much of that does that directly relate to music production? A little bit. Like, all the shit I figured out about like stereo imaging and stuff like that, you know, height panning, making things sound like they're above your head or whatever, that relates. It's all psychoacoustics. And then like, yeah, that emotional prosody, linguistic, whatever. I think that's super cool. Here, let's change this to something better. Let's go to the techno song I was working on yesterday. I worked on it a little bit more after the stream. There was a heavy record player from that. I was listening to radio every night growing up, helped me develop my pitch stuff. Yeah, it's like how young you are. I think when you're exposed to like musical education can matter a lot. But also there's like some genetics and stuff involved. I mean, kind of everything is a mix of everything's like a mix of genetics and also how you're raised or whatever environment. But yeah, cool stuff. And there was one of the research papers, I think, maybe I don't have it up here. I was reading one research paper on phase locking, which directly correlates to the dispersion stuff I was talking about. Fuck off, AI. I need to stop using Google. I just need to get a different browser thing. Phase locking auditory system. Is this, can I read this? Sure. Steal my data. Basically, there's just like really interesting shit going on with the phase of certain frequencies and when they fire. So if like different harmonics are hitting different stereocilia, you get a lot of signals will fire depending on if they're hitting in phase or out of phase with each other, which like can relate to, I suppose, you know, your brain's ability to determine like what parts of what you're hearing is coming from one single sound, like timbre wise. And I don't know, it's all cool. I can't remember enough about it, but it is neat. Okay, we're moving on from that. Here's a techno song I'm working on.
Alright, take care, big dumper. Have a good night. Honestly, it's a pretty good song. I don't know what else to do with it. Yeah, I think it's pretty much done. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. We can do a new song, new techno song. I'm on my techno arc, right? That could be fun. Let's do a new techno song. I said last stream, I want to get good at techno, and I made a good song. I think it's pretty decent. Now should we try doing the classic analyze a song and then figure out how to copy it, or do you think am I old enough and strong enough to not need my hand held, you know? It'll be fine. Yeah, anything is possible. Exactly. Exactly. My God. Right, we're making techno. What does that mean? It means we're gonna spend forever shaping a kick drum. I think that's the main idea. Figure out. We just gotta figure out kick and bass. Let's make it much more minimal this time. Make the percussion a lot less super crazy, a lot less busy. So let's do that. Right, and then we're gonna do 123 this time. Maybe less of a fade. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that sounds decent. And then we highlight this. Then we need sub operator. Let's make this microtonal again. 23 Edo is the way. Always, it's the best. Unmatched. No other tuning is as good. That's so annoying. The clicking is very, very obnoxious. And then let's add this guy. And then we need to skew this down because we're in another tuning. What do we want? This is all pretty low. Go up a lot.
can do that as a later section. That's kind of cool. And then do that. Now let's get like some pretty minimal hi-hats. Get hat 1. Yep. And then go to that. Ooh, let's do operator. Let's do the dispersion base shit, but for a base patch. Yeah. I think that could be cool. And then we want, why are you like that? Why are you big like that? Stop. Yes, don't do that. And then one voice. And then now let's take roar disperser, PQ roar disperser on you. And then let's get sine, instant sine compression. Let's just record this, and then let's just randomize the sine compression. There's enough in there. The first few were good, and then these were also good, right? Now we got. it now. We can make like another thing. But I don't know, we'd like start fucking glitching and cutting up different little portions and mixing it with a bunch of other shit, you know? And then let's just like cut all these up and then just like move them to different base patches. Some shit like that, and then some, I don't know, some shit like that. That's kind of cool. I'm digging it. The clicks are kind of fucking crazy though. How to make the clicks less stupid there, just less of that. Okay, we want I think a couple more percussive stuff with like big reverb. What do we want? Do you think we could take that and somehow turn that into exactly the thing in my brain? Probably not. That was not the thing in my brain, by the way, at all, but it kind of sounded cool. Let's reverse. What do we want to do with you? Let's think of vocoder, OTT. No, this is fucking stupid. We're gonna yeah, that's what we need to do. Let's just consolidate this. And then we'll just like, I just want them at different points, man. This is mini meters. You can buy it for $10. Just Google mini meters. It is very, very good. I highly recommend it. Alright, that's kind of cool. Can we get some like shakers? Shakerloo. Fun fact, this was the first sample I ever quote-unquote made and saved to my user library. I didn't actually make the shakers. Well, I took a bunch of shakers, then stitched them together and then pan them around and stuff. But this is like 7 years old. Can we... Alright, this sucks actually. Never mind, I know why I never use this and why it's 7 years old. Okay, we got a bunch of layers and stuff. I feel like, okay, honestly, I have a specific song in my mind as I'm making this, and I'm tired of denying it. I think it's this one. This one's really good. I was like trying to think about what is it about this beat that is so fucking groovy. It's literally just a kick drum, and occasionally there's an 8th note bass line. I guess bum bum bum. It does that occasionally. That's it. Just the kick drum sounds so fucking good. Mr. Leaky, he's just a regular guy. Don't mind him. And then there's the kind of formanty bass that's being like filtered. That's kind of, I mean, this is like really extra. That's what this guy's doing. We need okay, what's really good about the other thing is there's this nice little riff almost at the end of every like 16 or 32 bar phrase. This thing. That. A lot of reverb. What do we want to do? We can take all these sounds, put them in this, and then cut by beat, and then where do you start? Start there, and then make a big stack of chords. Stretch this out, and then arpeggiate it. And then set this to random.
and we're gonna record out from this. I'm very much so copying the other song at this point. Cool. And then, oh yeah, this is also like honestly, yeah, this set variation sucks. We need a little bit more percussion, but not much. Keep it like pretty simple, I think. Okay, what we should add, maybe we add chords to it, because right now we're kind of biting the other song like too much. And also we made this microtonal for a reason, and right now we're just playing a single note, so it's not really interesting at all. Who's this guy? Oh, this might crash my Ableton. I hope not. Yeah, because this guy has Microtuner in it, and Microtuner is buggy as fuck now. I don't know what they did to it. They just they added tuning capabilities to Ableton and then decided, fuck Microtuner, we don't need it anymore. And then let's what are we gonna do? What scale should we do? I mean, lately I've just been doing hobbled like major scales and minor scales and whatnot. I've made one song in the Oneirotonic tuning, so we're in 23 Edo. Let's examine what scales it has. Let's see if there's something I haven't explored at all. Fuck it, let's try this out. It's like a... So normally the pentatonic scale is 3 small steps and 2 large steps, I believe. This is like the inversion of that. So yeah, anti-pentatonic. So that could be cool.
Let's wait. Where did I put? So 3 large, 2 small. 5, 4, 5, 5, 4. So we go 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. And then what is our root? What are we playing? Our only baseline note. B flat. Okay. Oh. That sounds so good. And then we can fold this. Why does this suck so much? There we go. And then this is our pentatonic scale. Probably too happy kind of sounding for this kind of vibe. Probably. I don't know about that. You know what? Let's just do Onirotonic. There probably is, most definitely. I just kind of just picked one and then just stuck with it. You're right. Let's explore. Ow. So if we take these, why is this so big? Get out of here. Okay. Let's turn that off. And then let's move this down to here, and then we put shift that up. This is a different mode, in which case this note is not there. Yeah, that's spookier. Smitonic, Smitonic is the major. It's what happens. It's your moss that you get from stacking a major third. This one it's like the child or the parent of Onirotonic. So it's just pentatonic, which then expands into Onirotonic, or anti-pentatonic, which expands into that, and then pentatonic expands into diatonic. I mean, I do like this, like, that sound. What if we just like make this like a little bit more interesting? Go squiggly. Too squiggly. That was too squiggly, yo. 7171. Yeah, definitely not. The 71771, it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't have a name. I feel like they should have names associated with them. That should definitely happen. I mean, this is a 5-note. That's still... I guess this isn't... That's a 3 large, 2 small scale, but it's fucking weird. It doesn't fit MOS structure, I guess. Whereas this does. I think this is the pentatonic scale. No, that's still 3 large, 2 small. Isn't that what I just did? Am I crazy? We have multiple. Where did I find this? Oh, here. 3 small, 3 large, 2 small. This is 3 large, 2 small. Oh, we have 2. That's cool. I mean, this one's weird because the small step is 1/7 the size of the other one. I think this one is not a MOS. Because like a MOS is strictly what you get when you stack a certain interval over and over and over again. And I think it's going to be the case that if you stack 7 over and over again, you're going to get this. And you wouldn't get this. Like it ends up leading to... you rarely get the structure where you're it alternates large, small, large, small, large, small. The only case where that happens is when you have like a Blackwood MOS, where it's like the same number of large steps as small steps. Yeah, there's often several of the same. Okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know. Do with this. We could switch this to... Yeah, I say we just switch this to Oneirotonic, which is 41441 right? So I think we already, yeah, it's 4-1 and then 4-4-1 4-4-1, right? And this is just one mode of it. Right, this is, okay, this mode has 2/5, which the one that uses only 1/5. I feel like that would be confusing. And then, I don't know about it, man. Kind of cool. Little dissonant walk down thing. Okay, they're a little... I don't know about the... it's just it's a weird departure from what we had before, because before it was just one single note, you know. It was more of a timbral, textural thing, kind of like didgeridoo music. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that as well. Yeah, the kind of zithery thing. I guess it's the timbre of this how this thing sounds as well. Let's get a bunch of these guys, and then let's legato, and then don't do that. What are we doing? Hit with the arpeggiator, and then I guess we also have triads here, right? But the triads aren't literal triads, and that they're like 3 notes apart. Right, because I mean, this scale is pretty similar structurally to a diatonic scale. Let's just do that. I don't know, I just like that. I don't know what I'm doing, man. We're just winging it. We could also try making chords. Again, I don't know if it works with this beat. I want to make it work. Ew. But I mean, leaving it just like a melodic thing is gonna make the most sense. The thing is, I'm just unfamiliar with writing in the scale, I think, is the biggest thing. Like, this would be a lot easier if I just did a hobbled scale. Let's go Wave Table. And then let's go noise. A gate, like you don't want it to trail out. I can just go. Filter thing. You could try. Way better.
let's start expanding the beat. And then let's duplicate this guy. I like this guy actually a lot. Let's do this. All right, we're kind of departing, I think, from the like more tribal didgeridoo kind of sound. Alright, this synth kind of just doesn't work, I think. I think this is another example of why timbre matters so much. Right, we're in a weird-ass scale, right, where our fifth is like 30 cents sharp or whatever. And this synth here, it's kind of similar to strings, right? It's super harmonically rich, so those intervals are really, really painful. This instrument down here, I think sounds great, frankly. And I think the reason why is because it's very simple. It's kind of marimba-like. It's like a mallet. It doesn't ring out for very long, so you don't hear the interval for very long, so you can't like hear it's quote-unquote out of tune, right? And then also we have like a little bit of a inharmonic FM synthesis thing going, so like the spectrum is a little inharmonic in of itself. So honestly, you can't even see that much of it. A little bit better. That's supposed to be something different. I thought it was this. Okay, what do we do beyond that? Let's duplicate this thing over. We need to start adding sound design. ear candy something. I like these kind of road-like chords. I think they sound pretty nice. Just like slightly increase the spectrum of those chords the timbre's making. Then what else? I mean, I could just like create a billion glitchy dudes and then slap them everywhere, but that's not what this calls for. Let's take these same chords. Let's duplicate the Wave Table. And then let's make this FM. Let's turn off that. It's kind of boring. We need more like percussive stuff, I think. Right? We're adding pads, but pads are boring. More percussive stuff just to work within the loop. Right? Let's go back to Marimba Guy. The Marimba. And let's mute all of this. And then, I don't know. Okay, that's stupid. It's just weird. It's just deep house. We're making like, I could add a snare. A snare would make it I mean, what we're making kind of calls for a snare. Maybe we can get away with it. That's our snare, 100%. 10,000,000%. Huge. Like, honestly, what if I just lean into it? I say, no, that's your snare and you're gonna like it. It's like Mr. Makutsaku by fucking Wagon Christ. Yeah. This is like one of the best songs of all time, and the kick is so bad. It's such a bad kick. It's like absolutely terrible. But the song is good and he knows it. So he's just gonna like, this is your kick and you're gonna like it.
Hi. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Hello, Commander.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and
I forgot who the song is.
gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. 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 Here we go.
You like that?
Let the bass go.
And now a tune that never loses favor.
Straight into the heart of the future.
On your mark, get set. Here we go.
Yeah, Wagon Christ, fucking goat. Luke Vibert is just goated. Yeah, he like his alias Wagon Christ, just like everything is sampled. He just like puts like a billion samples in it, and they're all from like really cool. It's just neat. It's good. I forgot I did that. operator work down an octave? This guy? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's actually probably a good idea. Maybe in the section. Like we switch up the vibe here. Oh, what happened? Oh, it broke. I see. We hit the bottom of the piano roll and it didn't actually shift it down an octave like it should. So I guess we have to do the transpose knob, which is annoying. Where's the clicks coming from? Right, duh. Let's just put this. Can we just be lazy about it and just put like a lot of absurd pumping on external kick snare? Into the song, dude. Techno is easy in terms of like making it fucking long. Oh, hell yeah. Hello, buddy. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. I don't know about that bit. That bit's kind of weird. It's alright. But, we got a nice build-up now. working on this, but we made a techno song. It's basically the premise is there. I think we just got to like work on risers and fallers and make the percussion a little bit better. We kind of just have like the same open hat the entire time, but like a 6 minute long techno thing. That's cool. Though again, I probably can cut it down to like 4 minutes easily. Because I don't know, I don't have a good frame of understanding for what the song structure should be because I'm listening to it on loop, and I just made it. What do we call this song? What should we call it? We were talking about psychoacoustics earlier, and that was a fun conversation, right? So, maybe there's something cool. I'll call it Tone of Coffee. 23 Keto Hypnotech. I think that's decent. Okay. Yeah, it's getting late, but this was a good stream. Yeah, some cool sound design stuff. Explored dispersion a bit. Made a weird thing that I could possibly use in an ambient like mix or piece or something. And then made a techno song. Another thing in the Onirotonic tuning, the weird 8-note scale in 23 Ito, so that's fun. Okay, I am done. I'm heading out. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll probably stream again tomorrow. Probably, maybe. Wait, yeah. Okay, I'm out.